We officially begin the countdown to episode 1000. And with episode 990 coming out today, I wanted to do my own special countdown on the channel, considering this week we've been looking back on a lot of the greatest scenes in the series with the We Are One special content, reanimating certain scenes, live action sequences, just a massive celebration of all of the wonderful moments and memories this series has provided for us. And in the midst of this, I wanted to take the opportunity to, every single Saturday, create something like this, where I can share one of my favorite moments in this series and talk about why it is a moment that has stuck with me throughout the years and something that it really just speaks to me on a personal level. And what we're going to be talking about today is one of those moments. Now, if you've been here for any amount of time, you know my favorite volume in this series possibly still is volume 61. It's without question the one I've read the most. There's a lot of reasons for that. And one of those reasons is this particular moment. The first, I think it's 4 pages of chapter 597, 3D2Y, / I believe it's the last I think it's for 18 minutes until the end of the episode, in episode 515, is this section right here. If you don't remember, it is the section where Zoro pleads to Mihawk. I'm talking gets down on his knees, puts his head on the ground, and bows before the man that he chose to surpass. He bows before the individual who defeated him in the past. He bows before the one man that he strives to surpass more than anyone else. His goal, his dream. He chooses to bow before this individual. And I'm sure that many of the readers, myself included at the time, had this same response as Mihawk. Like, what in the world are you doing? You're going to bow before Mihawk? Like, have some dignity, man. Have some pride. You're Zoro, you're the right-hand man of the king. But that's why he did it. That's why he bowed. Because as we saw throughout the entire journey in this series, especially with the Nothing Happened scene, and seeing that progression as time has gone on, he found something more important to him than his dream. Something more important to him than his ambition. And that is so key and integral to what makes Zoro such an incredible character. I talked about it in depth a long time ago. I don't remember how many years it's been, but in the greatness of Roronoa Zoro video that I released a long time ago. But the thing with this scene that has allowed it to stick with me for so long is that as Mihawk sees his resolve, the fact that he's already beaten all the monkeys that are here and is now ready to face the King Baboon that has copied Mihawk's techniques. And even though he's injured, even though he's still not even near 100% in the way that he has been the entire rest of the series. I mean, when has Zoro ever gone into a fight at 100%, right? So facing the baboon with bandages on, blood still coming out, he's like, hey, screw it, man. I'm used to this, right? But what makes this scene so beautiful to me as I've gone through the years and as I've lived and I've experienced certain things, it's that simple concept of humbling yourself in order to progress forward past a certain limit, past a certain line. Because as long as you hang on to your pride and to the things that continue to hold you back, which is in reality yourself, then you're not going to be able to get to your goal and your dream, right? And especially if you have something more important to you than your goal and your dream, the reason why you're pushing yourself this hard, right? Because you have your dream in front of you, but now you've found something else that's even more important than your ambition, in the same way Zoro has. But just for me personally, as someone who just, when it comes to the whole writing thing, and I've been doing this for the past 8 years, and this year in particular, I finally took that step. And just, while writing the draft I'm currently on, I realized that I'm just not good enough. You know what I mean? Like, while reading the page, I was like, I know what's up here. And that's been the thing that's been bothering me for the past 8 years. Is every single day when I sit down and it's so hard and I feel like I get closer and closer and I just can't get it. I can't get what's up here onto the page. And that's why I respect and I come on here and I talk about these wonderful stories that are actually able to get what's up here onto there, because it is near impossible. At least for me. You know, for other people it may be easy. For me, it's nearly impossible. And so I was like, you know what? I gotta take that next step. And I gotta stop just relying on myself. And even though I didn't want to do it, because of course, as prideful individuals, we don't want to, learn from anybody else. We don't want to do any of this. Like, we want to do it all ourselves. But this year, man, after suffering a massive defeat, I was like, yo, I'm going to go learn. I'm going to go learn, because apparently everything I've attempted to learn myself isn't enough. All these videos I've watched, all of the continuous writing segments that I do, it's not enough. I need a teacher, I need a mentor to tell me what I'm doing wrong. I need someone to read my stuff and be like, yo, this sucks, but this is why it sucks. And that's hard. That's difficult, man. That is the hardest thing for me when it comes to this whole thing. And so Zoro, my main man, the Green Marimo, Roronoa, coming into like swimwear, directly in front of the individual that he wishes to surpass, after already having suffered defeat to him before in the past, bows. And it's like, yo, teach me everything that you know, man. And I love the line that Mihawk states where he's like, why? I thought you saw me as your enemy. And Zoro simply states, the reason why I'm doing this, and he doesn't say the reason, he just says, to surpass you. And that moment in the anime gives me goosebumps, and in the manga, that one single panel in the middle of the page, goosebumps, bro. Goosebumps. Why? Because this is an individual that has come to understand and realize that it's time. There are certain things more important than the way that I feel. There are certain things more important than my pride. I've got to swallow that in order to propel myself into the next step and become a greater whatever, right? In Zoro's case, a swordsman. In your case, it may be an artist. In your case, it may be a football player, a commentator. In my case, as a writer or slash YouTuber, right? There are certain things that you need to do in order to, there are certain things that you need to do that you don't want to do in order to propel yourself into that next step. And so for Zoro to do this, it has always been there's a lot of inspirational stuff in this series, and I look forward to talking about it more as these weeks go on. But this one in particular just hits extremely hard, considering that we know the journey this man has been on, and for this to be the final thing that we see before we go on the time skip, before we see the fruits of that training, the fruits of that resolve, to put everything aside and be like, yo, I'm not good enough. The hardest thing to admit, especially in a field where you want to be the greatest, where you want to be the best who's ever done it, when you want to be, when you want to leave a mark on history, the hardest thing to admit is that you're not good enough. And that's what Zoro did here, man. And, I love this dude. I love his character. And the journey up until this point, seeing from the very beginning, and remembering how he told Luffy certain things, like, if you ever get in the way of my dream, like, yo, that's it, right? And to know what he did in Thriller Bark, where he put Luffy's dream on top of his own, and to do that again here, except he was like, you know what? Listen to me, Mihawk. I'm doing this 100% to get stronger because I want to protect my captain's dream, and I want to protect the lives of the individuals that are important to me, the things that are more important to me than my ambition, sure. But don't forget, I'm here because of my resolve too. I'm here to surpass you, son. And that's a part of my dream. That's a part of my goal. And I love it so much. It's hard to explain how much I love this scene, because it's just something that's been with me for so long. And the older that I get, especially this year, and the decisions that I had to make, and just thinking back to this scene, it just made it that much more easier to have a figure of inspiration, whether it be fictional or non-fictional, right? You have this individual that went and made this decision And so it gives you like the power to do so as well. And that's why I love this scene so much. Because I feel like no matter what you're attempting to do, no matter what goal you're trying to achieve, this scene can hit. This scene can hit for you in the same way that it hit for me. Every scene hits different for everyone. That's the beauty of storytelling, that's the beauty of art. But for me, this scene is a representation of humbling yourself before your dreams and your aspirations. You're not good enough. You're not good enough, man. You ain't there yet. And even whenever you get there, you're still not going to be there yet. To reach the pinnacle, some sacrifices have to be made. Things have to be made. You can't just do it on your own. You know, individuals that go off on these journeys, even if they do it on their own, there are things upon that journey that still need to be sacrificed. There's still things that you need to do that are outside of your comfort zone. And what more than to be at the most outside your comfort zone, which is by asking your direct enemy, your goal, your dream, to train you so that one day you can surpass them, so that student can surpass master. That's beautiful, man. And that's why I love not only this moment, but this series for providing multiple moments like this and for giving us context with a character journey and an arc that is so underappreciated in this story. I'm so tired of individuals saying that Zoro is an X character or a Y character and he's just following some sort of templates that the other characters have gone through. There's no other character I have ever seen that is like this character, man. I just wanted to put respect on my boy's name, respect on his character's journey, and the fact that this was the midway point and we're currently seeing the fruits of that labor coming into fruition in Wano. I just wanted to come back to this moment, man, and really talk about why it's so special to me. Shout out to my boy Zoro. Shout out to One Piece. This has been the first of many Saturdays celebrating the 1,000 episode extravaganza that we're going to be having here on the channel, and of course for the 1,000 episodes themselves. So this has been the video, man. If you enjoyed if you love this moment too, or if you hate this moment, however it is you feel about this moment, I look forward to hearing your thoughts in the comment section down below. But until next time, I will see y'all. Have an awesome day. Take care. One Piece greatness. Shout out to my boy Zoro, man. Come on, man. Come on, dude.